Should we start?
I'm Grace, this is Maddie, and we met because we studied abroad in Florence together. I adore fashion, I don't study it or anything, but Maddie is a fashion major. So obviously when Milan Fashion Week was happening, we decided to go. So we didn't really have any plans, no invite, nothing.
We just kind of like hopped on a train.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like the hardest part for me was to even find like what shows were happening and where, which is like not what I would have expected.
Yeah, it's not just like there's no giant schedule posted and definitely no locations. Like you really have to dig for that.
Yeah, so we found like what was going on during the weekend that we were there, and it was like a couple of, I think it was like Armani, Versace,
what were the other big ones?
I can't really remember the other ones, but so yeah, the one that worked for us was Versace, and so it was like Saturday night or something like that. And we honestly had a lot of difficulty like even finding where the venue was, and then it was like very embarrassing because we like went to the front desk and we're like, what is the Palazzo Reale or whatever?
I still can't speak Italian.
We asked the girl at the front desk what that was, and she's like, the Royal Palace.
We're like, oh yeah, like, that would make sense.
We literally just like dressed super bougie. Tell them what we wore.
So I was dressed head to toe in Zara. So I had like these giant blue pants and like just this black bodysuit, super, yeah. Grace decides to wear her like gorgeous jumpsuit, which is from H&M.
Yeah, literally like $20 or whatever from H&M.
And so
well, actually, we'll put a picture right here of our outfits.
Beautiful. Mostly I think the art came in with the makeup. That's honestly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
she went with like a sleek bun. Did it have a braid in the back or was it just a bun?
I can't remember. I don't have pictures of the back.
And then I went with my Texas hair. I like teased the crap out of it. I like went with like really big hair, really bold lips, you know, a winged eyeliner because Grace, do we in a winged eyeliner?
No, what? You ever not wear it?
And booties. And so basically we went, so actually a little context, we Googled literally like every possible way, how can you possibly get into a fashion show that you're not invited to? And literally everything was like, you can't.
Like it's
the
not
only
gonna happen.
way that you can is if you sneak in or if you stay in the venue like a day before it's happening and you get lucky or something. And so we were like, you know, we're just gonna get there like 2 hours early.
Like we're just gonna try.
We got there very early. And it was literally raining, and I was
like
pissed.
34 degrees. It was so cold. Oh my gosh.
Cold. And
neither of us do well in the cold.
No.
We're
and
not
something to take
good
into
at
account
coping.
is like all these celebrities, they show up, they have their private driver, they have their bodyguard, they have their whatever.
Someone
and
like
so
holding umbrellas for them.
They can wear whatever they want because literally all they have to do is like walk up the steps to the venue, and we had to walk like normal people, like around and outside, and so we were like freaking out because our appearance mattered. And
yeah, so like if you got rained on and you looked bad,
yeah,
then like it's a bigger deal than just being cold.
Yeah. We get to the palace, and it takes us like kind of a while to figure out where everything is, but then we see like all the people, and
there's a group of
there's
like
maybe like 10 people at this point, not even
5 to 10.
Not a lot of people.
Yeah. And so they're just kind of like huddled around.
There's a security guard. Some random person comes up to us and asks us for a picture. And
which
so
is
we're
hilarious because we're in freaking Milan during Fashion Week. And I mean, we look nice, but not like...
But also, we thought literally everybody would be dressed to the nines during Fashion Week.
Really
We did not see literally anyone who looked nice except at this fashion show. Like, it was so weird.
It was so odd.
And the people who were standing outside the venue were in like jeans and t-shirts, like no makeup, no hair, like nobody looked nice.
Like maybe a couple people were in like casual dresses, and that was the extent of it.
Yeah. So you tell them.
And so then we like are walking up. We don't really know what we're doing, but trying to look confident, which is kind of our like what we do a lot too.
But yeah, we're pro finessers. We'll tell you more
stories. And so we walk up, and the guy just like opens up the tape for us, and we're like, oh, like very flattered, but still like very confused. And so
honestly,
we
could have gotten in right then and there, but we just didn't know what was going on. We weren't even positive that it was the right venue.
So we asked, like,
we were
oh,
like,
is this the Versace?
And then he's like, tickets or whatever. So like everybody who was actually invited had like a purple armband, like, you know, you would have at like a festival or a concert. And so we were like, oh no, we don't have tickets.
And so, yeah, then he just straight up told us no. And we're like, can we still just like get in? And he's like, no.
And also like he
not
spoke minimal English, which like honestly might have been faking it just to get rid of us.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, because we were like, is there a standing room? Is there anybody, like if we wait for a long time, is there any way we can get in, whatever? And he was just like...
Yeah, he was like, no, why would you even ask that? Like, zero chance. And so we started asking the other people, like, do you think there's a chance that, like, you'll get in? Like, why are you here?
What are you doing here?
Like, if you know you won't get in, then why are you here? And they're like, yeah, there's no way. But they were hoping to, like, maybe catch a glimpse of one of the models. Like, one of the Hadids. Yeah. I think was, like, the main goal for a lot of people.
Yeah, everybody just huddled around there because they wanted to see... like Bella or Gigi or whoever the heck was going to be there. And they didn't even think they were going to get in. So we kind of like stood with them for like, I don't know, maybe 15 more minutes. We were just kind of socializing, and then we were like, we need to like keep trying. We need to come up with a game plan.
Yeah, we're like, screw that. I don't want to just wait here and maybe catch a glimpse of them. Like, and that sounds lame.
Like,
don't
we also kept seeing some kind of important looking people going like around the building. And so we were like, screw it. Like, we'll just kind of follow. We'll just kind of follow these people and see where they're going and see if we can, like, get in that way. So we kind of, like, walk around the back, and I don't even remember what happened here.
Well, so there's, like, the Palazzo, the palace here on this side, and then there's, like, a museum or something on the other, and there's this giant archway. So we had walked around the Palazzo, and so we were just gonna, like, head out to the front. We'd kind of given up, like, we decided, like, you know, we could just, like, go
around the whole building. We didn't see another entrance. So
we're like, we'll just, like, go home, we'll go clubbing tonight, it'll still be fun. And so, like, we weren't really surprised about it, and we're, bummed, but
really,
fine.
We took pictures, we just thought it was fun.
Yeah, like, whatever. And so we're walking back out the front, like, to the archway, and then this guard comes up, and he's like, ragazzi, which is girls in Italian. And he's like, are you looking for Versace?
It was so
and we're
strange.
Like, what? Yeah, but we can't get in. He's like, no, it's okay.
Over and over, we were like, we do not have tickets.
Like, we can't get in, we're not invited. We said it a lot of different ways. Like,
and he didn't even look like he was working at the Palazzo Reale. Like, he looked like he was working at the other building.
I think it was a museum. Yeah. But I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. And he kept insisting, though, over and over. He was like, it's okay. You don't need a ticket. Like, it's okay. And, like, looking
Which you hear all the time in Italy, too. I feel like that's the phrase I heard the most.
Okay.
It's okay.
And, like, so when we looked back and, like, thought about it, we were like, he must have thought, like, either he was a random homie who was just trying to help us out, or he did work for the event and he thought that we were either models or friends of the models. Or
friends of the models, yeah. So
those are our theories.
He points us to this, like, really sketchily lit entrance. There's, like, a tiny little concrete ramp leading up to it, and we're like, yeah, it looks
literally just, like, one single door.
One door,
nothing's labeled.
Not even, like, a double door.
There's no other people over there.
Again, it's barely lit, and it's just...
Yeah. And I think I was kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I was kind of like...
And then, I tend to do it. And I'm like, no, we gotta try it. And it's like, you know, we might get kidnapped. Like, that's a possibility.
Fine.
But we also might get into Versace. So we took our chances.
Yeah, so we walked up to this door, and, like, not kidding, there's literally... It's maybe, like, 4x4 inside, like, really small. There's
like,
literally
really
nothing
like
but an elevator.
Fluorescent lighting. And
nothing but an elevator.
And a very old-looking elevator, too.
There is quite literally nowhere but up to go.
So, or like,
so click the button.
I don't really know what to do. So yeah, click the button, wait for it to come. And so we get in the elevator, and then the doors close, and we try to hit the buttons, and, like, nothing happens.
Yeah, so I think they, like, only came down, because I think it's probably a venue that is, like, specially for people to not be able to sneak into and stuff like that. So I think the elevator literally only goes down. But
it's also super sketchy when you get in an elevator and it doesn't go up.
Yeah.
You're like, well, we just, like, put ourselves in a cage right now.
Yeah. And so, like, I guess somebody called it from above. And so then it started going up, and we were just kind of like, oh, like, okay.
Oh no, like, what do we do?
And
Like, deep
it was
breaths.
at this point that we saw, like, a sign, I believe it was in the elevator, actually, like a laminated sign that said Palazzo Reale, or something like that, that clued us in that we were at least in the right building. So, like, we didn't know anything else, but, like, at least we're in the right building.
And so, we go up to the second floor, and the doors open, and a lady gets on. We're like, well, I guess we better get off. Like, I don't really know what else to do. So, yeah, we
And there's,
step
like,
out.
a ton of people. We're basically in kind of, like, this lobby-looking area. So on the right is, like, all these doors that we don't know where they lead with, like, guards and stuff, and on the left are bathrooms.
And
so,
we're like, reconvene in the bathroom. Classic move.
What else do? You go hide in the bathroom. So we go to the bathroom, and
we have to touch up our makeup and stuff because
Yes.
we've just been rained on and it's 34 degrees and
Yes.
terrible.
And so we see all these girls with, like, rollers in their hair and, like, pins and, like, I don't remember what all they were wearing, but it was very clear to us that they were models. It was very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, we're
Also,
going to the bathroom, we're whatever, putting on our,
looks like.
yeah, we're putting on our lipstick, we're whatever. And then we hear some girl, like, with a clipboard and a headset come in, and she's like, Kaya, has anybody seen Kaya? Is she in here? And I literally, to Maddie, I was like, I think they're talking about Kaya Gerber!
And we just, like, have a mini panic attack. Like,
And
lose it a little bit.
yeah, so at least we're, like, well versed in, like, celebrities and at least knew who that was.
Yeah.
And so we were like, that's super cool. I guess Kaya Gerber is modeling in this. And so we're like, all right, this is our time. We're going to follow these people who are going back. Because everybody would come and they would get ready in the bathroom and they would go back. So we're like, we're just going to follow where these people are going. So we walked back, like, through that kind of lobby thing. And
there's a bunch of different doors.
each of which had a guard.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of slid in behind somebody else through this one door, but there was this guard, like this male guard.
He, like,
at the
stopped
door.
us, like,
Yeah,
put his
he, like,
arm out,
stopped
and it was
us.
like, no.
And we were like, all right, the jig is up.
He's like, where are your passes?
We gotta go. But then he was like, where are your tickets? And we were like, we don't have tickets.
any. Like,
And then
and then I
like,
started, like, talking really quickly in English. I was like, I don't know, like, the guard let us in, and, like, da, 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 da. Which I think helped. I think the language barrier was one of the keys.
oh yeah,
too.
true. Yeah, because we were like, the guard told us to come in this way. And so maybe he thought, once again, dumb, cute Americans, whatever, like.
Also,
so,
it's winter, so we're wearing giant jackets, which definitely helps, too.
Yeah. Like, we're
And,
both
like,
wearing
heels.
pretty bougie faux fur, whatever, jackets,
Mhm.
and, like, we looked nice. And so we thought he was going to be like, leave, but he was like, no, you're just going in the wrong door.
And he was super annoyed about it. He was like, just go in the other door.
Yeah.
And we're like
3 feet down.
and we're like, oh,
And we're like,
what's in the other door? I'm like,
okay.
oh, okay, sure.
So once
thanks.
again, going through a door that we have no idea where it is, so we walk through, and literally, not exaggerating, like 10 feet away from me, Kaya Gerber is sitting on the floor
With, like, 3 of her model friends, just
Yeah.
kind of chilling.
with a bunch of other models. They're just chilling. And I'm like, but we start looking around this room that we're in, and it's obviously like the dressing room right before they walk out onto the catwalk. And
So there's like different rolling rocks with the outfits for the night
Yeah.
and like the different models' names. So there's like Kaya, Gigi, like,
Yeah.
etc. And then
and there's
there's
like the
the-
tape that marks like where they stand in line before they walk out.
yeah, there were little feet prints with
Yeah.
their names on it, which is
Yeah.
kind of cute.
It's really cute.
But then there was the, what was it? The Vogue behind the scenes type thing, to where one of the models was showing her outfits.
Yeah.
too,
There
which
was some
kinda
girl
cool.
with a camera, and they were filming like a
Mhm.
we're behind the scenes at Versace, whatever. And so we were kind of like oohing and awing and freaking out, and but like we stood there for I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, but it was getting kind of awkward because we were like some of the only people
And
in
there like
the
weren't many
room.
people backstage. I'd say probably again like 5 to 10.
Yeah, if there was like a ton of people, it would have been chill, but we were like, we're gonna get caught because we
Like
looked
there
like
was
we're
more
confused.
people like behind us was more makeup and stuff, I think, versus
Yeah.
we were like the dressing room. So there was more people milling around over there, but in our room, like
Yeah.
there was like no one there.
So there's kind of like this door to our right, and or not even a door, like an entryway.
We just kind of saw
With,
light
like, a big
and started like
amount of
walking
light.
towards the light.
Yeah, so we're like,
As
screw
cliche
it.
as that sounds.
We just need to like figure out somewhere we can like camp out, kind of.
You're like,
'Cause
yeah, we can't stay back here. Like
it's still like at least an hour until the show, like at least.
Mm-hmm.
And so we walk out, and by the way, I was like, they had this like little iPhone set up on a tripod that with a picture of Naomi Campbell on it.
Yeah.
And it was like, smile, you're on Versace Live.
And we're like, what?
Excuse me.
Oh, another thing, there was those girls that were like filming. She had like her iPad or whatever, and she was filming, so we followed her out too.
Yeah. So everybody's wearing like all black, you know, it's obvious their crew. And so we kind of follow her out. And so we literally walk out where this light is, and we're on the runway. On the freaking Versace runway.
It was insane. Like, the lights and the mirrors.
So
and like,
it's stunning. It's so beautiful. Like, I'll put a picture right here of like what the venue looked like just by itself. Like the ceilings, incredible. Literally, we walked out, and it was so hard because we wanted to like take a million pictures, take a million videos. But,
and we took a little bit, but like definitely kept it in check.
But we had to keep like very cool, very calm, because if somebody looked at us and we were like oohing and awing and taking all these, like they would have
like we still had to look like we belonged.
Like, yeah.
But oh my gosh, my heart was racing.
No, we were
like,
both literally
it was
shaking.
The whole night.
So we walk down this runway, and we see all the chairs, and so we basically just walk towards the like sound booth area.
And there's guards everywhere.
Literally
too.
everywhere.
So
There must have been like 20 guards in the room.
Yeah. I think this was another key though, was like we kept enough eye contact with the guards.
Yeah, we
and like smiled a little bit.
We weren't shady, but we also
like
weren't
maybe just like a touch of flirty, but then like also kept our distance to where like they wouldn't small talk about like, oh, who you are. I could be like, so
like we took a picture in one of the like insane antique mirrors or whatever, and one of them was laughing at us, and we were like,
right. So I feel like it helps that like yeah, they're like acknowledging,
and he was like selfie, and we were like
I feel like that's another thing. No matter where you go, everyone knows the word selfie.
Yeah.
Like everywhere.
Yeah. So basically, at this point there were maybe like 50 people in the room, which sounds like a lot, but it's enormous room. And so maybe I exaggerated, maybe
there's
like 10 to 15 guards. I don't know. There's a decent amount. And so we're kind of like walking around a little bit, but not too much to be super noticeable. And we're kind of milling in.
Trying to like stay like back corner, over more by the crew.
And like there's literally not a single person our age. Like we might have tried to like have socialized or something, but
there was
everybody's like at least 40.
I'd say like the closest person would be at that time there was literally
not yet. We'll
you're right.
And so, but then these two girls walk in, but they came in through literally the front door.
And this was probably like 20 minutes before showtime. It was like
even more, like 30 maybe.
But it like we had been there a while. Yeah.
We basically just hid for like an hour. It's fine. And so these girls walk in and like, oh my goodness, like one of them was blonde and she was wearing like a full pantsuit that was like glittery,
sequins galore,
like long sleeved down her ankles, literally like shimmering, like sparkling. So they looked pretty bougie.
It was a lot. It was a statement.
And something about fashion shows is like people look really, really nice and really put together, but not like in a tacky way at all. Like it's definitely more toned down than I would have expected. Like for sure the most bougie outfit that I saw was Sarah Schneider wearing like a Versace jacket and Versace pants, like ski coat and ski pants. But it was Versace at the show. So like
you can wear Versace at Versace.
Right. So, but like nobody,
but in
everybody
general,
was dressed
like
chill.
If you weren't wearing Versace, then I feel like most people just wear blacks and neutrals.
Yeah,
and
everybody looked really cute, but nobody looked like ridiculous. So I think that was kind of a red flag. And so we had asked these girls.
Also, I feel like they looked even younger than us. Maybe.
I thought they looked older.
I don't know. Maybe just looking at everyone else.
So we had kind of like said hi to them, and it was like very clear that they weren't on the list either, and so we were kind of like oohing and awing together, and they took our picture with like the runway in the background. I'll put that bad boy right here. And then literally right after they took our picture, a guard with a clipboard walks up to them and just says names. That's it.
And so I got Grace and I'm like, Grace, we gotta get out of here. Like, not today.
She literally kidnapped me. She just grabbed me and booked
her and she was like, not today. Like, we're not getting kicked out. We've made it too far.
Yeah. And so we basically kind of like hide behind this group of like 5 40-year-old men or whatever. Like we're like
As
in
one
the sound
does.
booth basically. Yeah. And so we kind of watch from afar, and these girls are obviously not on the list, and so they literally get escorted out.
Yeah. It was kind of a process too.
Yeah.
Like it took a while. It was like
So,
not great.
And going back to what we said in the beginning about how we wouldn't have gotten in through the front door, like we see everybody is coming in through the front door, but we're able to see at this point that there's a table right in front of the front door where everybody checks in.
So it's really good that like so we didn't get in the first time, like when the guard just like tried to let us in, like it would have been bad later.
Because even if he would have, basically there was like the tape or whatever at the bottom, and then you walk up maybe like 20 stairs, and then at the top is like this table where you check in. So even if we would have gotten in through the first guy, we wouldn't have gotten in the front door.
And plus I think it really helps that we came out like through the back and the guard saw us coming from backstage.
Because it made us seem like we were crew or
like
friends
we belonged
or
more, like
something. Like we came in through,
like we had connections somehow
behind the
versus
scenes.
just sneaking in.
Yeah, because if we had just like bolted in through the front or like snuck in through the front,
they totally would have
they
said
would have
something.
seen us.
And that's another thing. I think because we did come from the back and just in that sort of scenario, like if you're there, you're normally relatively important. And so
They probably were scared of like offending
They
us
didn't- yeah.
or like getting fired.
right, because if we were like someone's famous daughters or
And,
like
I forgot to
Instagram
mention,
models
even
or
if
something.
we did have armbands, we're wearing long sleeve coats.
Yeah, that's true. Again, winter saved everything. Like we wouldn't have been able to do it.
So nobody would have known. So fast forward, we basically hide for like 30 more minutes, whatever. The show didn't even start on time either. I think it was supposed to start like, let's say it was supposed to start at 8:30. It probably started at like 9. So we were there for like 3 hours.
It was like a lot of killing time.
Yeah, so basically we saw everybody coming in. We saw everybody taking their seats. I literally was like, Maddie, is that Anna Wintour? And she was like, oh my god, I think that is Anna Wintour.
Lost it. Oh my gosh, like the iconic haircut and the sunglasses.
She was wearing the sunglasses the whole time.
Oh, she is such a queen. Like,
Of course, yeah.
Still speechless.
Yeah.
Thinking
And
about
then we saw like Nicola Peltz, who I'm a huge fan of, from
Bates Motel.
yes, I love her. I think she's so beautiful.
And she's so gorgeous in person too. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And then, you know, so we see all these other, I'm sure there were so many famous people that we just didn't even know who they were. But, so I would say there was maybe
Or even
like...
just didn't see because there were so many people there.
Yeah, how many people would you say were seated?
100?
Yeah, like it was pretty
Maybe
small.
100. Like there was, I'm trying to remember right. You have the video, so we might be able to look from that. But I think there was like 2 rows
It was
on the
basically like
outside.
a W. So like if you're from behind looking at the front, it's basically like a W. The
Well, like
seats.
the runway was a U, of course, but then there was like seats on the inside,
Right,
and then
right.
seats on the outside.
Yeah.
And then we were in the back.
So
with the
yeah,
crew.
so there were only like 100 people who were seated, and there were literally, I'm not kidding, maybe like 15 to 20 people who were standing.
It was
in the
like
back.
nothing.
And like they must have been invited, but they must have just not had like an arranged seating. And so we're standing there with all these people, and we were literally like where I am, and then where Maddie is, like the sound guy was where Maddie is. And so he was like the head honcho, and I don't even know what his official role was, but it was so funny because it was a little annoying, but it was kind of cool because literally when every single model would walk out, we would hear him like 20 seconds later into his headset say, go. So he was the official cuer.
Of the model, so it'd be like, go,
Yeah.
go.
So we heard that the whole entire time. But the whole entire time was about 15 minutes.
So short.
That is something crazy. I personally always thought fashion shows were like an hour long or whatever. But literally it was like 15 minutes in its entirety. Like
Probably
it
like
was
each model had what, like
short.
3 changes, and then they came up with the finale.
if they're important.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So Kaya Gerber was in it. Gigi Hadid was in it. Bella was not.
Yeah.
Which I feel like a lot of the time they're kind of like tag team. So that was interesting.
I was surprised for that.
And the rest of the models, I'm sure there were other like important ones.
There was
but I just
another
didn't
ones that I
know.
had like recognized, and
Yeah.
another one, like other ones that I followed since that have gotten bigger as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so we saw all of them come, and for sure my favorite outfits were probably the outfits they put on Kaya. She was flawless. Like, she is literally the tiniest human I've ever seen. But
so small. Yeah, and she's not even that tall, too, which kind of surprised me. Like, I'm 5'9", and she was my height, but she was so small that, like,
she's
she
like
looked smaller.
17 or whatever.
She's a baby.
She's so young, but I'll put some pictures or videos here of like my favorite outfits that she wore. She
I love Gigi so much too. Especially like with the tassels and stuff, like with the movement and the colors in the dress. Like,
so overall, we really liked the show. We really loved the clothes. We were very impressed.
It was really, really cool because it was like
colorful.
commemorating Gianni Versace. So Donatella is like now the creative head, so she's Gianni's brother, or sister. So Donatella is Gianni's sister. And so, when he was assassinated, which was, like, not great, then she took over the company. And so she, like, brought back a lot of his old patterns. And so, it was a really, really emotional show, too, which was really, really cool.
And I feel like it's kind of interesting because a lot of designers, like, at the end, they're all about me, whatever, whatever. And a lot of the time, they'll walk down either with models or walk all the way down. Donatella literally came out for, like, 5 seconds.
Was like, oh, thanks, out.
I'll put that here. After the show ended, everybody started leaving, and I just had to do it to him. I had to say hi to Nicola. She probably thought that I was somebody famous or important, but I literally was like, Nicola. I was like, and I tried to act super cool and chill, but I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, hey, I'm like a huge fan. You look incredible. She was wearing like this literally teeny tiny Versace dress, like
but
no
so
jacket
beautiful,
even.
But oh my gosh, she must have been dying. It was so cold.
And she looked so pretty, and I was like, I love your look. It's so nice to meet you. Big fan, whatever. And she was like, she hugged me and she told me I was beautiful, and I was like, oh my god. And, yeah, so we basically ended up walking out right behind her, and this was probably the funniest part of the whole entire night. So we basically walked out the front door, and like I mentioned, there were kind of like those 2 flights of stairs that take you down to, if you're familiar with Milan, it's like that big area where Milan's Duomo is. It's basically right across from this. So we walked down the stairs, and I kid you not, there is like at least 100 people at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, way more than that.
With cameras, with phones, they're all screaming like they're all...
It was kind of fun to pretend like it was for us,
I felt
too.
Very
like,
famous.
I felt, yeah, no, it was good. Like,
I felt very important.
I felt nice.
And so, like, it was hilarious. Like, we are so tacky. Like, we walked down the stairs, and we're like,
oh, this is fun, like posing for the cameras a little bit.
Smiling, and we kind of like walked behind her because all of these paparazzi were like, Nicola, please, Nicola, blah, blah, blah. And so she kind of like stopped for a minute, and she was kind of, serving some looks, whatever. And literally Maddie and I were like,
we were just like creeping in the back, like, let's get in some of the shots, like, this is fine.
Oh,
the guards already
I like scoured the internet for days after that trying to find pictures of us in it, and there were 2.
My blue pant leg got in. That's about all I got.
Really, the only way that you can even tell that it's me is
your jacket.
My jacket. I was wearing this really big brown faux fur jacket.
Yeah.
You can see it, so I'll pop some of those pictures right here. But it was so hilarious, and that was basically it. So we'll probably tell you all about some more of our like hilarious European adventures. Let us know the part of the video that you enjoyed the most in the comments. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Bye.